Oh, no picture. Let's change that. All right. Hey, everybody. It's time for some Lords of Midnight. So this is the game on this evening's Our Sinclair. I thought I'd get one more play session in before starting up. So I have a map here that I've opened up. This is the, somebody has actually gridded out the full game. And so hopefully this should help us. And I have my trusty printout from World of Spectrum that has all of the controls on it. This game is a game that I would love to have the original version of because it has the keyboard overlay. The Spectrum is actually going good. I was actually going to stream this on the Spectrum itself. However, my tape player, aka my Android phone, the battery is dead, and so I'm actually charging it right now, as you can see. And so I was unable to load this up onto the Spectrum, but we'll play it on Spectaculator, which is just as good. Hey Steve, hey Lobsterminator, welcome. The next is interesting. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see approach with the next to see what actually happens with it. But yeah, I'm excited about it for sure. Okay, so here we are, Luxor, the Moon Prince. So in this game, as you probably know, you have a series of moves you can make with each of your four guys. You got Luxor, Morkan, Corlith, and Rorthron. And so you can do different things with those guys. So I think we're going to set off Luxor. Maybe we'll have him go northeast. So 2 is northeast. And we'll just have him keep on moving northeast. Maybe that's as far away as he can go on his turn. Okay. Then we'll go with Morkan. Okay. And he's going to set out straight up east. Okay. And then Corlith. We'll send him north. And so north is 1. And finally, we've got Rorthron. And we will send him, straight east. There's really nothing below me that I can tell. You really want to go every direction but south. So we'll send him east as well, which is number 3 on the keypad. Okay, and that ends our turn. And so what we'll do is we will just wait it out. And so we'll go to night. And I believe that there's not much, you just kind of have to wait until they tell you can go again. At least I don't know what the keystroke is to trigger night ending. Get my trusty seltzer water here. We've got, yes, I want dawn. So G is yes in this game. We've got a big show tonight on the Amigos. We've got, we're recording 2 Our Sinclairs and 1 Amigos because I'm going to the beach next week. Brent is going to fill in for me on Our Sinclair, on Amigos. But we're going to do 2 back-to-back our Sinclairs. Sorry, I hit the banister going up my stairs with my hand, and it really hurt. I like collapsed in a heap, and then when I was down on the floor, I like inhaled some dust from the carpet or something, and so now my throat's all messed up. This is the type of exciting life that I lead. Thanks, Dasley. Okay, so now we're to day 2 here. What this game really needs is a map that shows you the location of your characters. That's one thing when they remade this for the PC, they put that in there and it really makes a big difference. Okay, so we'll just continue to head northeast with this guy. Oh, you know what? I feel foolish because none of my guys actually moved last turn. I forgot that this is just looking in a direction, then you have to hit Q to move in that direction. So now we will see the field change. Okay, so we just wasted a turn, but that's okay. I somehow doubt we're going to complete this game on this round. Okay, can I continue to move in this direction? I can. So we'll just continue to move. Okay. And so I guess this just means that he is, maybe this means that he's done. So we'll choose our next guy, which is Morkan. And Morkan was heading straight north, I believe. So we'll move him. All right, we got horses. Okay. So I don't know if that, like whenever you discover the horses, you just automatically get on a horse. I don't know if that's how that works or not. So anyway, I think he's done. So now we'll go to Corlith. And he was going east. Uh-oh, we got wolves. Okay. Now there's not really like a combat key in this game, which is kind of confusing. Instead, what you have to do is you have to hit, let's see what happens when you hit think. Okay, that doesn't, okay. So you can either hide or seek. We're gonna seek. Did I start on a horse? I don't recall starting on a horse with this guy. Okay. So yeah, there's still those wolves there. This is the part of the game that I'm hoping that Aaron will help explain to me, because I don't really know what to do. I guess we just charge through. Nothing happens, so I guess we're okay. Okay, there we go. Eventually we get there. Fight the wolves. Okay. And I guess as you progress through the game, the ice fear, which is like the feeling of dread that you have, will increase. So now we're going to Rothron. I don't recall moving him, but it's already night. It's weird. Okay. So about Luxor. Okay, maybe Luxor was the guy that we hadn't moved yet. Okay. Now we go to night. And there's really nothing you can do to accelerate this. Nothing that I know of, at least. I really want to make this even bigger. I wonder if I can do this and then, whoops. Yeah. Okay. Oh, gee. Okay. So now it is dawn again. The Forest of Shadows. Okay, so we've made pretty good time. I think if we go east from the Forest of Shadows, we can go to where there's another tower in the Downs of Shadow, which I think is what I see there to the right of the screen there. So let's just try turning east. I guess we already are facing east. Oh, we're clicked outside the window. Okay. So this is pretty cool how you can see stuff off in the distance and negotiate yourself to it. On the Plains of Blood, looking east. Huh, I guess it's possible that I missed that. Maybe I need to back up one. So we need to go like, okay, this gets this set up or something. All right. Okay. For our next guy, Morkin. Again, I'm not sure how to get on those horses. Let's see. Yeah, the map that I'm looking at is actually a, it's all gridded out and in color. This is not the map that came with the game. The problem is that I'm just having a hard time looking to a keep in the Domain of Blood. Okay, so I'm standing on the Plains of Blood, looking at a keep of the Domain of Blood. Now I don't see the Domain of Blood marked on this map. I'd like to enter that keep. Nope, I didn't do anything. And now it's dark again. If you can figure out... All right, we'll just go to our next guy, which I think is Rothron. Okay, this guy is in the Forest of Shadows looking northeast to the Mountains of Shadows. See, I don't even see the Mountains of Shadows on my map. I see the Forest of Shadows, but if I go northeast, I guess there's like a 2-block thing that's like Mountains of Shadows. Yeah, that's the same thing, Lobsterminator. Same thing I was thinking. Okay, now I'm looking at the Mountains of Dodrak. Okay, I see those. See if we can go turn northeast and just kind of, nope. Turn east. All right, we got some bad guys. Charge through them? Nope. Okay. To the east, Doomdark has an army of 1,200 warriors and no riders. Okay. So I think that's going to do it. Can I go back to looking? There we go. I don't know why I can't. It's not letting me progress. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, we press on. So, yeah, I don't want to think anymore. Let's see, E, and then to battle. There we go. Okay, now it's nighttime for everybody. Yeah, that's the thing, Amiga Bong. You know, there are so many games that I've bought on iOS, and I'm sure it's sort of the same way on Android, that I just can't play anymore because they were like the 32-bit apps or whatever. And so now all that money, all that, you know, all those memories, they're gone forever. That was the bargain we struck when we set off on this path. The bloody sword of battle brings death in the domain of blood and of Marraketh. Okay. I want Dawn. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, Rothron is still alive because he was the one that was doing the battle. So that's good. Okay. Choose. Seek. Okay. Wow. That doesn't look cool. To battle. And so we need to go southeast. Oh no. We really just wanted to go. Okay. We want to go northwest, which is 8. There we go. Then T. Huh. Yeah, I still don't understand how this works. In the Battle of Blood, Rothron alone slew 165 of the enemy. Victory went to the enemy. Well, I still think we did all right. Okay. Let's try Morkin. Now we're back here. I just want to be able to enter this keep. So if I go straight, the keep is already behind. Oh, I'm already on the keep. Okay. So let's think. Seek. Found shelter and is refreshed. Okay. Looking east to the forest of Thrall. All right, and I believe that so Morkin, he's the guy that if we can make it all the way up to the upper, like the northeastmost corner of the map, that is where we can get the ice crown. If we get to the ice crown and destroy it, then we can win the game. So we need to keep on heading northeast. So let's okay, and go. Okay, so yeah, you can't keep going. Okay, Corlith. Forest of Shadows looking north. So there's guys in this game that you can recruit. Not sure how, other than just happening to come upon them. Maybe we'll just, we'll just head north. Okay, horses, so seek. Yeah, I could do with some of those magazines right now, Horn Shadow. I mean, I'm doing stuff. I just don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Okay, standing on the plains of Ogrim, looking north to the mountains of Dodrak. Okay, that seems accurate. Okay. So I guess I was dehorsed in the attempt. Now it's time for Rothron. Can I just move out of these guys' way? I guess he's done. Okay. Lexer. Standing on the Plains of Blood, looking south to a keep and then a Vein of Blood. Okay. I don't really want to go to any more keeps. What I want to find is some folks to recruit. Thanks, Stefano. Yeah, it's easier said than done to do either of those things. I'm having a hard time finding people to recruit. I'm wandering around, and even with the map, it's still not clear to me how all this lines up. I definitely don't want to be looking south. I want to be looking north. So just spin myself around here. Okay, get a horse. Yeah, none of that can help me. Okay. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Well, the only thing we can do is fight. Death of the domain of Valathor and Ithril and dreams and of core and of blood. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Death of dreams. Okay. I do want Dawn. Ah, Rothron. So if Rothron was killed in battle, how does he keep thinking? It's weird. Okay. So back to... Alright, so Rothron's dead. Look at this huge... So if I'm looking north, I'm going to want to look northwest. Okay. You're right, he's utterly bold. Okay, so we'll leave Lorcan be, or Luxor be, and then we'll go Morkan. Okay, we're just going to keep heading northeast, no matter what happens. Look at these guys. Okay. And Corlith. Also in a bad way. We're going to fight the ice trolls. Awesome. Okay. And now bring on the night. Core, Blood, Hareth, Longrim, and Ithril. Sure, bring on the dawn. Corlith's still around. So if I'm in, I think I'm stuck. I need to probably go northwest. And now I can go forward. Northwest at Lake Ulgrim. Let's take a look at where that is. Okay, so I'm almost at the edge of the world here. What I need to do... I don't know what I need to do. Okay. Anyway, he's done. Let's go Morkan. Okay. Stands in the mountains of Ithril, looking northeast. Okay, so this mountain range is pretty intense. I think what I need to do is turn north. And then go forward and fight the ice trolls. And fight the Skullcrin. Skullcrin slew him. Alright. Well, that's no good. Okay. Corlith the Fae, already dark. Luxor. Okay, that's the end. Bring on the night. Yeah, I saw the, you know, I would probably enjoy the novelization. I love all this fantasy stuff, you know. Why'd you retract that, Lobsterminator? I'm sure there's a novelization of this game. I know the book came with the novel. Many, many pages of text, just with the backstory. Okay, night. The foul abroad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know what all that means, but it can't be good for me. I do want Dawn. Luxor's still alive, though. Slightly tired, but it's okay. To battle. Okay. I believe that Morkan is dead. Yep. Corlith still around. He's looking northwest to Lake Ogram. Okay. So if I go north, let's see, if looking northwest, so I want to go north and then forward. Okay. The ice sphere is quite cold now. No problem, Lobsterminator. Okay, Rothron, dead. Okay. Nighttime. You know, I just noticed I'm looking at the C64 version of the map. Hopefully they didn't change it. I don't think it would make much difference. Okay, I do want Dawn. Okay, I know Rothron is dead, but what about Luxor? Luxor killed in battle, but he slew 80 of them, so I mean, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so it looks like our last hope, nope. Our last hope is Corlith the Fae. We're just going to keep on moving through these mountains. Okay. Fight the Skullcrane. Ah! Skullcrane slew him. Alright, so now we bring on the night. Luxor is dead and Morkan is dead. Victory to Doomdark. Well, that's no good. Alright, well, guys, give me just a second. My Android phone that is my Spectrum charger is charging. And actually, you know what? Because I think that this charger is actually going to cause some interference, so I really need to let this thing charge. But I think I'm going to switch over to the old Atari 8-bit and play some games with my new monster joystick. So if you give me just a second, I will resume the stream. In fact, I'm not even going to stop the stream. I'm just going to get everything set up. So feel free to talk to me, talk to yourselves. This mic cord is plenty long enough. Bring the chat monitor over here. This is sort of a precarious deal, okay? And all I need to do is unplug a few things and plug a few things in, and we'll be in business. Okay. And this is the, do I have an Atari? Yeah, I do. All right, things may go dark for a second. All right. Now all I need to do is what? Oh, I see. Here. Joystick. Oh, yeah. The new monster joystick. Board. World's going on here. Sorry, I'm sure that's vomit inducing. Hey. And Plug this in here. So do you guys have any experience with today's Amigos game, Megalomania? We're also covering Checkered Flag for the Spectrum too. Yeah, it's a game that hasn't really aged too well. That's for sure. There. Welcome to Atari Land. Yeah, I really liked Megalomania. Fun. Yeah, Pixels. Getting it started early today with some Atari action. Trying out the new Monster joystick. All right, what shall we do? How you doing, Pixels? All right, Kangaroo. We'll kick off. I don't know. Let's try that first. I packed all my holiday shorts today. Boy, that's pretty loud, isn't it? All right. Still though, this is pretty cool. Oh, I should probably change my. I dig this tune. Yeah, I saw that Pixels. You bid it a fond farewell. I'm sure it'll be in good hands. I'm actually working a deal right now. I guarantee you we'll talk about it on the show today with a guy Aaron found on Facebook. Maybe getting a couple Apple IICs. So guy is not responded yet, but I'm hopeful because I like my Apple IIe, but it's just so big and bulky that having an Apple IIc I think would be a lot better. Plus this one's got monitors with it and stuff. Oh yeah, man. Eventually the basement's just gonna be full of stuff. So question one with the Monster is like the corners of the joystick are kind of sharp on the bottom, and I was wondering how well it would fit in the old lap. Well, it turns out it's not that bad because it's a micro switch joystick, you don't really have to press really hard to get it to actuate, and I think that has a lot to do with it. So that's one good thing about the Monster right away. I'm digging this tune. Let's see what this game actually is though. Oh, it's Kickoff and Co. This is the 8-bit version of the Amiga title. You didn't the Apple IIc was your first and last, huh? I don't know much about the Apple II line at all, to be honest with you. I've played this game before, where you get to the crack screen and then the title screen and then nothing. Not an uncommon occurrence. Really, when you're dealing with any kind of a multi-cart or emulator situation. I don't know if have you been on here before, Martin B? I don't recognize your name, but or unless you're in, this is your alias for somebody else that I know. Working? Something else. Ah, I see. Okay, let's try a Kangaroo. Reflection. Martin, I do know who you are. I met you in real life. We spent multiple days together. You're the man, Martin. I wasn't sure if you were that Martin or not, but yes, you are. So yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you. You weren't bearded, and you're not bearded in your profile picture, and that threw me off. This is one of my favorite arcade games, Kangaroo. You guys familiar with this one? Yeah, man. I can't wait till next year's Amiga Ireland. I really want to go. Okay, this is also a perfect opportunity for me to test to see if the up to jump thing. Okay, so obviously it is not working as expected because it basically something is wrong with that remap button because it's making it actuate over and over and over again. So I'm gonna have to contact Monster Support about that. But that's okay. So Kangaroo is a pretty simple game. You are the mother kangaroo, and you're trying to go up to save your baby, avoiding all that you see. You have a... Ooh. Oh no! I made it so far. Got that boxing glove, so you do have an offensive weapon. Funny, oops. The colors on your on the screen are much better than the colors on this monitor. I think I'm needing to adjust colors on this monitor. This is one of the more accurate arcade ports on the series of Atari 8-bit computers. Alright, I got it this time. And just like all great reunions, it's accompanied by old Susanna. So anytime you've got, platforms that are stationed like that, they've got different rules, and sometimes you can... Fall damage is definitely a thing in this game. Like the curse of some of these older games. I just hate games where you have fall damage. Oh! Couldn't make it happen there. At the end? Alright, well, I'll use the opportunity to fix the... What have you been into, Martin? Huh. I don't have a lot of options here. Got phase, which... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so I had my phase maladjust. That was... Okay, now we're back in business. Really? Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing that, that button to not operate correctly. Try another game and see if it works. But I want to play one more game of Kangaroo. I know I can do better. anybody have any big plans for this weekend? I've got my brown stripe test in Iaido tomorrow. So I've got to make sure and study. Oh. Yeah, because you only sent the circuit board, right? You've got the case and the keyboard that you can fix yourself. I'm sure Retro Man Cave won't lead you astray. Yeah, Iaido is a Japanese sword martial art. It is the art of drawing and resheathing the sword. It's not good either. I'm hoping that the weather at the beach will improve on the weather here at West Virginia Pixels. I know I've made it to at least level 3 of Kangaroo before. Make no promises past that. Oh, gee. I was hoping I could jump and then get down. Hey, Free Lunch, what's going on, man? But anyway, about this deal, Aaron found this guy on Facebook that was selling a bunch of Coco handy color computer stuff. And you know, Aaron is the world's ultimate Coco fan. I'm just awful. So good. Wow. Try something else. I'm gonna have to practice some more on that. But anyway, the guy was like, yeah, I've got some Apple II stuff too. So that perked up my attention. Man, you're lucky, Free Lunch. But it's not rainy there. Just perfect all the time, South Florida. Hanging with, I don't know who lives in South Florida that's famous. LeBron from 10 years ago. Unfortunately, none of these Mario Brothers work. I know that it's supported on this machine, but it refuses to load. Yeah, it says at least 64 kilobytes of XMS needed. Pretty sure the 1200 XL has that, but I could be wrong. Something else. Hey man, that's my crowd. Everybody over 60. We'll try some Joust. How close do you live to Boca Raton, Free Lunch? Yeah, what's the weather like over in Norway, Martin? Oh no. So if you guys have never played Joust before, I don't know if this made it to any of the 8-bit computers or not over in Europe. But this is a you're riding an ostrich and we're trying to like land on top of the other birds. Okay. Naples sounds like a cool place to live. Anytime you're named after a city from Italy, you know you're living in a good place. Yeah, it's funny, Amiga Bong, my buddy Juan was here from Seoul. He grew up in Ulsan, but now he actually works for the company that makes Chat Roulette, hilariously. But he was saying that these days in Seoul, it's like 200 days of the year, you've got to wear a mask because of the dust. You know, I was in Ulsan, so I was pretty far south, And they didn't, you know, we never, the air quality was never that bad when I was there. Of course, that's been more than 10 years ago now. I left Korea 10 years ago, almost to the dot. Hard to believe, man. Time flies. You're living the dream, Lobsterminator. How close are Finland and Sweden anyway? Like, if you wanted to go over to where those guys have the Norway Amiga users group, the NUAG, how long would that take you? Could you just jump in your car and drive over there? I really don't understand Scandinavian geography. Really, any geography outside of my home state of West Virginia. Look at that. That was called the ultimate combo. Ah, pesky sea in between. So there's no land bridge, or not land bridge, but there's no like man-made bridge, like between Hong Kong and Macau or whatever. You ought to head over there. One day I hope to attend a Naug. Is that how you say it? N-A-U-G? Naug? Looks like you guys are living the dream. The Norway and the Amigas. I also want to visit Edmund's Man Cave. You're pretty close to Seoul, right? Right, Amiga Bong? Or like in one of the surrounding cities? I'm gonna try and get that one on the Egg Wave! I love Egg Wave. Okay. Well, you know, now that they have the bullet train, you can go from Ulsan to Seoul in an hour and a half. Which is insane. Be like a 4-hour train ride living there. Oh, I lost the Joust there. Hey, Picard. Come on. It gets hot and heavy when you've got all these birds down here at the bottom. Yeah. Luckily, I've got a massive amount of extra lives. I would have killed to have this joystick when I was a kid, though. I mean, it just feels so great. If you have any interest at all in like an arcade style stick, I can highly recommend the Monster. I just need to figure out what's going on with the that up for jump button. I might need to trigger it before the game starts, or maybe when the machine's turned off or something. I'm not sure. "12 hours. That's a long, long way away. I just can't believe it. That two countries that look so close on the map. Oh. That's cool, Stefano. Yeah, I've gone that way with arcade machines. You know, I've bought parts on it, but as far as having the box that requires some element of like woodworking skill, plus you're dealing with something that's really heavy, and I mean, this thing is light as a feather, and it's solid. This is not the upgraded. These parts are not Sanwa parts, but I'm not really a snob when it comes to that stuff. These are definitely Chinese-made parts. If I advertise anything else, but they work perfectly fine. I'm sure if I was playing, you know, Street Fighter or something on a competitive level, maybe it wouldn't work out. But for Joust and the Atari 26 or 1200 XL, works fine. I'm doing awesome. I was thinking about how great I was doing. Then I remembered I put this on like ultra novice level. That probably has something to do with it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I love gaining extra time that way. It was like that when I came back from Ireland. I only lost like 2 hours or something. I'm not sure. Oh, I was going to see if I could trigger the hand. On the higher levels, there's actually a hand that will reach out of the lava and grab you. But, I guess, well, just like that. Come out here. Oh, I guess it's not there on the knob. But anyway, Joust, pretty cool. My game is over. One of my goals for this summer is to hook this thing up to a virtual modem and then use Play-Doh Term, which is a terminal program you can use to, like, I don't know, play some simple games or like get on a message board. Anyway, it seems fun to me, so I'm going to try it. Get Biker Dave working. There's no. It's unfortunate. The joystick? Yeah. Oh, you're. I don't know who you're talking to. If you're talking to Stefano, you're talking to me, Lobsterminator. If you're talking to me, the joystick is good. This is definitely not a summer project as much as it is like a 30 minutes tops assembly. Like it's extremely easy to put together, which I'm not complaining about. Yeah, did you watch the video that I made, Lobsterminator? It basically, I mean, it literally took me half an hour to put. Speaking of that video, I played Laser Gates. Let's play some of that. Tracked by the Cruiser. I love that guy. The Laser Gates is kind of a thinking man's shooter. Because you've got a certain amount of time. These planets that you see ticking down, that acts like a time. And then of course you've also got your shields and your energy. You've got to make it to the end of each level without dying, without losing all your energy, of course. But in a certain amount of time. It was very colorful. I always enjoyed the effect of the power lines or whatever those things are running through the cities. The architecture. Yeah, this is like R-Type except on my level. It's way, way easy. I don't think that they did Amiga Bong. I think that the Atari 8-bits didn't have much of a scene at all. I think in between the C64 and the Spectrum, and of course the Micro and all that stuff, there just wasn't enough room in the marketplace for the Atari 8-bits. I think the ST did better than the Atari 8-bit line did, but I could be wrong about that. The world was just so ready for a 16-bit machine, and the ST beat the Amiga to market. Yeah, your ship is very Defender-like. Okay, but this is a place that you can go and get more energy. I did not know that when I was a kid, by the way. I just figured that out like 2 years ago, tops. But I just think this game really does a lot of really smart things. The way that you're kind of playing against time. Ah, ran out of energy. Let's try that again. Okay, so I was wrong. The planets on that's just like what stage you're on. It's really your energy that runs down over time that you constantly got to replenish. Yeah, this is an awesome game, Leaf. I'm surprised, you know, it's an iMagic game, and they ported their games to other systems a lot, but I don't think this came out on anything else. I've never seen it on anything else. Yeah, the Atari 8-bits could hold their own against any of the other 8-bit machines easily. They just, like I said, they just weren't big in Europe. I'm a little biased, of course, because it was my first machine, but in terms of, you know, things going on the screen, especially music, the Pokey chip is actually superior to the SID chip in a lot of ways. The SID chip gets all the glory, but the Pokey chip is actually, if you look at YouTube videos, you'll see the Pokey chip is in a lot of cases superior to the SID chip. The thing that hampered Atari is that for the first, or the Atari 8-bits, was for the first 3 or 4 years of the life of the system, Atari wouldn't share any kind of development documents with programmers. They wanted to produce the best games themselves, so they wouldn't share any of the design docs or anything like that with programmers. And so, you know, they just, you know, they squandered an opportunity. When the Commodore 64 came out, you know, that was the first thing that Commodore did, was say, listen, this is how you build great games for this thing. And so the Atari, much like everything Atari, was hampered by bad business decisions, just like, yeah, and see, as you can see, I've just been taking too long. You really got to press forward more. No, the 1200 XL is not the way to go. It is the opposite of the way to go. The best machine is if you can get an 800 XL, that's the way to go. The 800 XL is affordable. It doesn't have the main problem with 1200 XL is that it's got some incompatibility issues, but that's not really the biggest deal. The biggest deal is that the keyboard is, even though it's a great keyboard, great typing keyboard, the keyboards die easily because of the kind of membrane that they use. And so, like, I can't type half the letters on my keyboard. I've tried to get a replacement membrane and it didn't work. And I kind of took a bath on it because I had to pay a restocking fee and a bunch of stuff. And I think I'm just going to send it to a guy this summer and have him repair it. I think that by the time the C64 hit its stride, it was so much bigger than the Atari 8-bits that it had that going for it. You know, when there's, you know, a million composers composing on your, you know, or writing tunes for your games, they're going to, you know, just by averages, you know, by sheer extent of the numbers, you're going to end up with better tunes. Yeah, the Atari doesn't really have, like, memorable tunes that didn't appear in other games. Like the theme from Mule, if you listen to the Pokey version versus the SID version, the Pokey version I think sounds a million times better than the SID version. It's also kind of a different sound too. Like the Pokey sounds more like a chip tune thing, and the SID chip sounds more like a Sega Genesis, like an FM modulator kind of thing. Man, that thing is just so hard to hit. But yeah, I've really got to blast through to get to the end of this level. All right, here's the end. 6502. And I ran out of energy. I don't know, Martin. I have no idea. I can tell you that the team that designed the ST had nothing to do with the team that designed the Atari 8-bit. You know who designed the Atari 8-bit? Jay Miner. The Amiga is the direct successor to the Atari 8-bit line. Much more so than any other computer. Yeah, you're right, Love Terminator. They're all totally different. They've all got good points. Actually, I think I never really liked the way that C64 games looked. I thought that their colors were kind of washed out. I recognize that there's the broadest wave of experiences to be had on C64, no doubt. I mean, the longest lived 8-bit machine. But I always thought that there was more pop to the colors on the Atari 8-bit, and of course the Spectrum is the king of the color pop. I'm gonna go as fast as I can. That's right. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So maybe that's it. I just haven't been playing that energy thing right, because now I can take my time a little bit more. Yeah, the Amstrad does have really good colors. I would love to have an Amstrad, but the problem is that I'm only interested in the 464, and you've got to have the monitor to go with it. You can't just hook it up to a normal computer monitor. Plus the fact that, like, Amstrads are not exactly common here in the States. Yeah, they really rushed the ST out the door. This is Laser Gates, Ricky. It's an iMagic game. Yeah. Now we're moving on to the second planet. That's true, Amiga Bong. That always happens with any machine. You know, once you get to a certain point, programmers just learn the ins and outs of it so well you can do things that the original programmers never would have dreamed of. I'm so glad it's the summertime. Today was my last day of being at school. So I want to be able to do so much more gaming. I make all these acquisitions in the winter. When we just got the Spectrum fixed, Aaron just fixed the Spectrum. And now that it's summer, I can finally make use of all this stuff. I have I bought a PowerPC G4 Quicksilver Tower that I've literally not messed with it at all. Other than repairing or cleaning the keyboard and installing the OS on it. So I'm looking forward to doing some early 2000s Mac gaming. Not exactly sure what that entails. But I already got both my favorite games, which are Burning Monkey Solitaire and Monster Fair Pinball, which is a great Little Wing pinball game. That's interesting to me, Bong. I know that, people love, including myself, when you're playing a classic console, playing on a CRT is definitely the way to go. I don't know what I did that last time to make myself stay on there. All right, well, guys, this is going to do it for my little stream, pre-show stream. Aaron will be here probably in about 20 minutes, and then we'll start again. Necronom, I get about 6 weeks off. We finish quite late compared to most school districts. Most school districts, well, it actually just depends. It really depends on where you live. Every county is different. In my county, we finished today. Actually, the kids finished on June 4th, and then they go back on the 19th or the 20th of August. Some school districts are still in school. My friend's wife teaches in Virginia, and they finish on the June 13th or maybe June 16th, and then they don't go back until after Labor Day. So yeah, it's I'm not sure. I've never taught anywhere else that had real summer vacation. I guess in Korea, I can't remember. I guess they had summer vacation, but I can't remember exactly when they finished. I want to say it was about the same time though, early June. But yeah, that's one of the great things about being a teacher is that you get to have the summer. It's not as great as it used to be. When I was a kid, it was like you got out like Labor Day or Memorial Day and you didn't go back to school until after Labor Day. So it was like you got all of June, all of July, and all of August. There's those days are over. Yeah, Amiga Bong, late June. You would know. But yeah, I actually have, especially as a band director, I'm on an extended contract because I've got so much prep work to do in terms of getting music ready, and then we do a little band camp with the drum line, and stuff. And so there is some prep work, but even with the prep work, I mean, I'm still getting a month and a week off, which is way more than, well, yeah. I mean, most corporate work in America, you get about 4 weeks off a year, vacation starting out. But it's really, I get 6 weeks off plus Christmas break plus spring break. So yeah, if as long as you have a passion for teaching and a talent for teaching, the hours aren't bad and the vacation's not bad, the benefits aren't bad, everything's great. The salary could be better. That's everything. Yeah, no, I'm a full-time teacher, Ricky. I do. I that's what I do for a living. I am a middle school band director. And it might have to do with the whole reason why we have the summer break anyway is for kids to back in the day they used to go home and work on the farms, and that's why the summer break was invented the way it is. I sort of like, oh, you're a teacher part-time? Ah, yeah, I guess, I'm trying to remember which Indiana Jones movie that's. Yeah, I love my job. It's great. I help kids learn how to play a musical instrument, and it's something that at the end of the year they're all better than they were when they started. But we do a great concert, and the parents are happy, the kids are happy, I'm happy. So, but in the UK you've got the don't you guys do term breaks? Like you go for like 9 weeks or so, and then you get 2 weeks off. Yeah, band director is different than a music teacher, Paul. We've actually got two positions at my school. Up until this past year that just finished, I only taught band. I didn't teach any general music. But starting next year, so the general music teacher can have a choir class, I'm going to take on a general music class. But I'm certified to teach any kind of music, K through 12. But at my particular position, I only teach band, which is very, very rare. It's very rare, and it's nice because all my students all want to be there all the time. But I want to do a solid for my my friend, the music teacher, and let her do a choir. So I'll take one of her general music. Yeah, I'd love to have. I kind of like the UK deal where it's like you only get a month off for summer, but every 9 weeks you get 1 or 2 weeks off. Like it's a nice little breather, and the kids don't forget as much. Like I swear, sometimes I'll come back from break and I'll have to reteach so much stuff that the kids have forgotten. But ideally, they'd be practicing their musical instruments over the summer. But I know from being a band student myself that doesn't always. Yeah, I don't know, Neville. I guess it all comes down to taste. So listen to the Mule theme on the Atari, and listen to it on the C64. It definitely has its own sound. I wouldn't call it out of tune, but it's definitely different. they sometimes they'll come up to me. They're like, Michelle, you've got a podcast, or Michelle, they don't say podcast. They don't know podcast. Like, you have a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, cool. And then they go and they check it out. And sometimes they'll say hi in the chat or whatever. But like, they immediately are bored out of their minds, I'm sure, because they never mention it again. They just realize that it's just something for like old dudes, and they go back to watching their Fortnite, which is fine, But I am glad that we sort of make it a family-friendly show, even though we never talked about doing that from the beginning. I knew that sooner or later the students would discover it. Yeah, surprisingly enough, not a whole lot of there are kids that are into retro. I see kids that are way into like the NES or the N64 and stuff like that. But the Amiga, virtually unknown in the United States, and among middle school band students, even more unknown. Yeah. I like to think that they think that I'm cool for being. Potato holiday. I could use a week off in September, even though that's like right after we start school. We do have a holiday. We have Labor Day in September. So like a couple weeks after school starts, we get a 3-day weekend, which is. But yeah, I am glad it's summer. I was out in the hot tub last night. If you guys, anybody that's on Discord saw the pictures of me chillaxing out there with the tiki torches and stuff. It was wait a minute, Leaf, you're from Norway. How have you never heard of Potato Day? Maybe you didn't live in the potato zone. The P zone. The Pizzone. I think one of the guys that works on the Xbox team invented the Pizzone. No, it's Reggie Fils-Aimé, the like head of Nintendo of America. I think he invented the Pizzone. Do you guys know what the Pizzone is? I don't know if they had the Pizzone in other countries. It's actually, hold on a second. I'm saying it. I'm sure that my accent has something to do with it too. That's how it's spelled. Pizzone. So it was when Pizza Hut got into the calzone business, and they called it the Pizzone. And so Reggie Fils-Aimé, he invented either the concept or the name Pizzone, and that's his claim to fame. Not really now, because like, I'm almost sure that that's a true story. You can. I'm gonna double check real quick. Okay, that might not be true. Oh yeah, right? Yeah. He was the marketing director for Pizza Hut, and he was behind the Pizzone and the Bigfoot pizza. What's a calzone? Are you serious, Necronom? Calzone's the greatest thing in the world. It's like you take a pizza and you fold it in half, and then you bake it, and it's like a tasty treat. Yeah, see? Pixels knows what's up. There's a popular chain of restaurants called DP Dough that actually I will link to it. Here you go, Necronom. Feast your eyes on this. So yeah, DP Dough, it's a very popular college food. I used to eat DP Dough quite often my days at Ohio University. Also why I gained like 600 pounds in 2 years. There you go, Martin. Yeah, that would be one of the things, because like in terms of the demo scene, it's like I don't know anything about computers programming or anything. But I just loved being there, just like drinking whatever the local Polish booze or whatever Norwegian booze, kicking back with some calzones. Oh, you know why, Duncan? It's because I didn't change. Hold on a second. I had a gate set up. Okay, it should be better now. Does that sound better? I was messing around with the gate, and I forgot that on the Atari stream I hadn't taken it off yet. Ah, well, that's all right. You don't need booze to have a good time, as long as you got calzones in the Amiga. I don't know that I ever ate pizza in the UK. Now that I think back on it, I'm trying to think about if I ever... Mostly, I mean, whenever I was going to just eat garbage, I'd just go right for the kebab. I believe it's Italian, Necronom. I think it's probably calzone or something like that. Yeah, I'm racking my brain trying to think about. I'm sure there were pizza places in Sheffield, but I just can't think of. I can't think of ever eating there. Parmo, never heard of Parmo. All right, good to hear, Duncan. Thank you. All right. So anyway, I need to set up for the show. I'd love to sit here and talk to you guys all night. Again, it's going to be a long summer. We're going to have lots of time to catch up. I want to know what you guys have been up to. I want to know what Parmo is. But for right now, I'm going to start the stream, get everything set up for Amigos. I'll see you guys in like 15 minutes. Okay? See you soon.